If it's first game of breaks, no get you know let us put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, 2 games after this win in. First year again, we're here for the first May. Carry my team every 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
All I know is go Walls, because that's all I know. Go Walls.
Hey, it's us against the world, fellas. Yeah. It's us against the world, fellas. Don't nobody believe in us. Yeah. Don't nobody believe in us. We don't need nobody to believe in us. I don't believe in you. I believe in you. I know you a dog. I know you a dog. I know we some dogs, man. Hey, all this preparation we put in, all this been talking about. Hey, it's time to go release pain, man. It's time to go put in real. Let's go. Tennessee on 2, 1, 2, Tennessee. Ball, Tennessee, ready. Ball, Tennessee, ready. Ball, Tennessee, ready. Oh. Balls you.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. He is Coach Jay, and it is game day. It feels like it's been an eternity since we got to watch Tennessee play football. And the last time we watched Tennessee play football, they didn't play football. But, Coach, we preach it every single day on this channel. Hey, you and I love the offseason. We love the grind. We love getting in the film room. We love doing breakdowns. We love talking recruiting. We love talking the transfer portal. But don't take it for granted. We only get a handful of games, and this is one last ride for this football team, man. I'm excited to see them suit up and go play.
I've got a sickness, Boogie, and the only cure is an insufferable amount of football, apparently. I love it all. I don't care if it's two brothers in the backyard tossing the ball around or whatever, you'll probably hear the raspy voice. I was already letting a couple private students hear it earlier this morning. So, yeah, man, I'm always fired up, always ready for some football, and I don't take any of it for granted. Not what we wanted, but I'll take all the football I can get, man. And I'll tell you what, when you're getting a little itchy in August and you're just looking like that crackhead going around the corner looking for your football fix, you will wish you get to watch Rad Jackson catch that touchdown pass. You will wish you got to watch Dwanye Morris on that run up the field. So breathe it in, drink it in, and let it go down smooth.
It's the last ride, man. I get it. It's college football playoff or bust. Bowl games don't matter. It's the Music City Bowl. Who cares? I care. Why? Because it's a teaser. It's a teaser for 2026. And we don't know exactly what this football team is going to look like next year, but we know one thing, that Rad Jackson probably going to be back. Braylon Staley probably going to be back. Mike Matthews, Dwan Morris, you mentioned some good names there. Jaden Perlotti. We get a tease, a taste, a preview for 2026. But on the other side of that, man, it's the last ride for a guy like Joey Aguilar. It's the last ride for a guy like William Wright, an in-state kid, a walk-on, who's getting an opportunity to go out there and start tonight in the Music City Bowl. I think that's something he is going to remember. I love the fact that they voted him a team captain for today's game. I think it means something to him, and I think he's going to enjoy this last ride. I hope you guys in the chat are ready to enjoy the last ride. Do us a favor, smash the thumbs up, share out the link, all that good YouTube stuff. I ask you, have you enjoyed the content around here for 2025? And if you have, we would ask that you drop a door fee. We would ask that you maybe hit the join button, become a member of the channel, renew that membership, because we need you, as this is the last ride and we head into the offseason. We need that support. This time of year, they always drop off. But guess what? We're going to still keep talking about Tennessee football every single day. And if you want us to do that, hit that join button down below, and it is only $1 a month. Let me catch up with you guys. Luke Thompson for 2 says door fee. Shout out, Luke. We appreciate that. Dylan for 5 says have to stop the run. Illinois has a 6'3", 250-pound back. Time to get after it. Front 7 GBO. I'm going to disagree with Dylan right out of the. I think Illinois is going to throw the football. I think they're going to look at Tennessee's secondary. Plus, Steve Angeli, that's kind of their identity, is throwing the football. I expect them to throw a lot. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Brian Turner for 5 says door fee. GBO beat Illinois. Todd is here, drops a $2 super chat. Door fee. Driving, listening in. Big Trey. This is how we do it right here. Big Trey's been a member for 40 months. Mark Wilson has been a member for 55 months. I don't even know how many years that is at this point, but he's dropping those custom Talkin VAWLS emojis. Jeff Clabo's been a member for 21 months. Says Vol, World, Order. Get those memberships up to date. Renew them. Keep this channel moving forward. Dwan Morris, 2 touchdowns today. Matthew Watson says. Big Trey for 15 says, let's end the year with a dang dub, y'all. Thanks for another great year of coverage, Boog. Happy New Year, Vol Nation. Shout out, Big Trey. We appreciate your support, my man. Sword the Demon for 2. Door fee for the Music City Butt Whoopin'. Corey Smith drops a $10 super chat and says door fee. Shout out, Corey. We appreciate you, my man. Dale dropping the Orange Boy. Let's play the clip all night long. Why not? If I could find it, I lost it, but I found it. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Shout out, Dell. $20 ain't cheap. Door fee. Thanks for an awesome and fun year, Boogie and Coach Jay. Can't wait to do it again in 2026. GBO. Thank you, Dell. We got some fun ideas, man. We got some fun ideas. We got a lot of relationships, a lot of connections. We're going to try to create some fun content this offseason, so stay tuned for that, along with some of the old, same old, right? Film breakdowns. Hopefully, we have time. Coach Jay's been pretty busy, but if we can make it happen, we'll make it happen. Recruiting portal, we're going to be covering it. Joseph Harvey for 20. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Shout out Joseph. Says thank you, Joey, for giving your all for Tennessee. Go break some records today. Boogie and the boys, I absolutely love this show, GBO. Thank you, Joseph. What do you think about Joey? You think I think it's a long shot, man. Peyton Manning, 3,819 yards in a single season. Joey's at 3,444. He needs 375 today. That's not out of the realm of possibility. But what do you think? 168 yards. He'll pass Eric Haynes. He'll pass Tyler Bray, and he'll end up second behind Peyton Manning.
It's a big number. Look, We'll see if he gets there, man. I think he's got a fighting chance at it. I think it might scare a couple people away from that number with Brazel being out, but hey, man, I think Rad Jackson can be a deep threat. I think a lot of these players on this team are deep threats. So you hit a couple big plays, heck yeah, man, you can get a couple of those, and why not? Why not let Joey go out there? Records were meant to be broken, and we can love Peyton and still embrace that. That's just fine.
I think Josh Heupel, I don't want to say Josh Heupel understands that this game doesn't matter, but I think Josh Heupel is going to go out and play loose. He's going to play free. He knows at the end of the day, why not? MG Way for 5 says, Dorothy, since you asked nicely, GBOFUGA. Well, thank you, MG Way. I appreciate the support. Joe Brown's been a member for 31 months. Shout out, Joe. We appreciate you. Coach Ham is here for 5. Anyone specific y'all would like to see us get in the portal? We got to have a quarterback. We got to have a running back. If you missed it, I will not just a plug a previous live stream, Coach Ham. I don't know if you saw it Sunday. We talked about an hour and 40 minutes, and about an hour and 38 minutes was about the transfer portal. If you missed that, go back and give it a watch. Man, priority for me, I think it's the Kansas State nickel. I think it seems like he's certainly going to visit when things open up. It's at a position of need, and that's with me saying we got to go get a quarterback and we got to go get a running back. But I think that nickel position is a priority for me. Anybody specific for you, Coach?
I'm putting all of it on that nickel. You went exactly where I'm going to. I think we're going to have a couple of different conversations, right? More players go into that portal every single day. I like the Kansas State kid a lot. Went into a little bit of why the other night. Go check it out. But even guys, Ty Benefield, Boise State, I saw got into the portal. That's a really, really good safety who can move around. And I think it's Barker for Florida State as well. Another safety who could play that nickel spot, who I'd be really, really happy to get. But no matter what we do, we got to solve that nickel position. It's too important in this defense. Maybe not as important, as you may know, Coach, as the star in Tim Banks's defense, but still very, very important.
Let's see. Joe Brown for 2 says the timing sucks with Central Standard Time. People still at work. Yeah, that's the world of bowl games in college football, right? Yeah, I get it. Mark Wilson for 5 says my first liked video on YouTube was Kentucky post game 2019. I think Mark was around here before we even went live. It was all pre-recorded and posted and uploaded. Mark's been around for a long, long time, so we appreciate the support from Mark. Cody Taggart for 20 will play the clip.
Rocky Top!
He says, getting me pumped with that intro. Heck yeah, Boogie GBO. What is up, Coach Jay? Shout out, Cody. It's good to see you in the chat. He drops another 10 and says, SP, lucky the holidays took a big chunk out of the account. LOL, I'll get you. Have the leaderboard for now. Love you guys. Yeah, we'll hit SP Weasel here in just a second. But, Cody, you've been supported, man, and we appreciate your support around here. Ron the Don for 20 will play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Shout out Ron says, let's go. Sorry I can't be here with you guys. Thank you, Boogie and the crew, for another amazing season, but it's not over. Recruiting player updates are all coming. Stay tuned, join in, and be a part of this amazing experience. Shout out Ron the Don. I appreciate you. We're going to be going live tomorrow night. I know it's college football playoff. There's going to be games going on, but we're going to play some EA Sports college football, and we're going to try to make it all the way to midnight, so I hope you guys will come out for that. SP Army became a member of the channel. Shout out SP Army. If you're not a member, fix it. Hit the join button. If you like this channel, you tune in every time we go live, every time we drop a video. That dollar goes a long way. So shout out SP Army, and SP Weasel drops a hundo.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man. All I know is go Vols, because that's all I know. Go Vols!
Shout out SP Weasel. $100 is not cheap. I appreciate that, man. Last Last tailgate show of the year. We got the last post-game show of the year coming up, man. It feels like it's a culmination of a year's worth of work on this channel, so I appreciate the generosity. I appreciate the $100. It says door fee plus something for the custodial staff, GBO. Shout out SP Weasel. Top donation of the night, matching the top donation of the month. We appreciate you, my man. Coach, what else are you excited about in this game? I know we touched a little bit about this Sunday night, but Rad Jackson, obviously, we've mentioned him. I think it was you or somebody mentioned Juan Morris on Sunday night. I think that's a big one for me. You think we get any surprises on defense? I know you mentioned some of the young defensive linemen on Sunday night. You think we see them get a little bit more run on Sunday? The edge position is going to be interesting. Christian Gass is one to keep your eye on, with Jordan Ross dealing with a hamstring, Josh Josephs opting out. Opportunity knocks for Christian Gass.
Gass is definitely one of them. Someone I know coach is going to have an eye on, right, for that Leo position. Certainly for that Leo position. So I'm excited to see him, man. Just off the top of my head in general, I'm kind of excited to see what our defensive strategy looks like in general. And I know everyone's, going to say what I'm going to say. Like it's going to just be a simpler version of it, right? Are we going to see more of a 4-3 look as well? Probably, right? To take some of the safeties and that issue out of it. But yeah, man, I'm going to be watching some of these young safeties, man. Right? Some of these young safeties that are on this team, some of these young DBs that are on this team as well. How much run is Beasley going to get? Trey Bote. These are players that, maybe they weren't ready at the beginning of the year or halfway through the year, but maybe they're getting there. Maybe this can be the game where you find out, hey, one of these guys might be a little further along than we thought, and they can come out here and help us. So I'm excited to see that as well. Sidney Walton, is he healthy right now? I think he is healthy.
I think so.
I believe he's healthy. So Sidney Walton for sure. Emmanuel Okoye, is he healthy as well? I know I feel like I'm getting this depth chart analyst from you on the cuff, Boogie, because forgive me, I haven't followed the who's injured, who's not, but is Emmanuel Okoye starting to get to the point where he's played enough football finally that a light switch can come on with him? Because for Okoye, it was never about his size, his speed, his athleticism, his physicality. It was about in between his ears and being able to digest and read and react football at the speed the SEC demands. Has he taken a big enough step to possibly be able to help this team in the future under Jim Knowles' new defense? So yeah, there's quite a few things I'm pretty dang excited about in this game. And we'll have to see how that goes. I know I brought up the tight ends as well, right? Deshaun Brame, Van Dorselaer. I know we saw a bit of them in the season. I know each of them kind of had a tough moment. The ball popping out with Brame comes to mind. The kind of hurried throw that bounced off Van Dorselaer's face mask on a tough fourth down come to mind. But these are players who I think are going to be amazing at the University of Tennessee and fit Josh Heupel's system to a T.
You mentioned Emmanuel Okoye, and that's an interesting one for me because you really don't hear anything about him. And I believe he is healthy right now. I know he struggled with injury when he first got on campus, and that may have delayed his progression, right, his development. Mm-hmm. But it's also a name that, you see some of these guys that enter the portal, like, and it's like, oh, well, that's I'm not really surprised that kid's leaving. This kid's moving on. They're transferring down. They're looking for playing time. Why is his name escaping me? The one offensive line, defensive line. Oh my gosh.
Jason Jenkins.
No. This was just recently, and it's killing me. I'm actually
Jamal Wallace.
Nope. Offensive line and defensive line. I'm going to my notes because it's killing me that I can't. It is. You're going to be like, oh yeah, him. Oh my gosh, it's killing me. It's not popping up in my notes.
Chat, help him, chat.
Somebody help a man out.
911 chat. 911
this is terrible,
chat.
YouTube, and I'm just like, I do not want to move on until that name pops up.
I got an idea, Boogie. How about we just BS everybody and make stuff up? That seems to work for a lot of people.
Yeah, I could do that. I could just make. Man, it's killing me that I can't remember. He was
know.
Trevor Duncan. Trevor Duncan. Thank you,
There you
VFL Willie.
go.
My goodness, Trevor Duncan signed here as a defensive lineman. Everybody talked about his length and how he could ultimately end up at offensive line. But that's a guy that when he committed here, you're like, all right, let's see what he looks like. Let's see what his development looks like. But when you see that he didn't really become of anything and he transfers out, doesn't surprise you. That's where I'm at with Okoye. And I'm kind of surprised you bring up his name. And it's like, man, it's almost surprising to me that Okoye hasn't transferred out, right? Because you haven't heard his name or you haven't seen much of him. Man, thankfully the chat came to my rescue on that one. I'm interested to see some of these young DBs too that you rattled off. You know, Timothy Merritt, Sidney Walton. Caleb Beasley's a big one to me because he's a sophomore, man. He's a sophomore. He was the top-ranked corner in this class. He came in. You kind of knew he was never going to play corner. Moves to safety. We've talked about can he move to star, to nickel, whatever you want to call it. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Anyway, this, Jim Knowles is not at this game, but Jim Knowles is going to be watching film of this game. This is going to be an audition for a lot of guys on this defense. So take advantage of your opportunity. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you, and it's hard for us to say when you've not seen them much. Timothy Merritt, do you believe he can be a guy for this defense in 2026? Dylan Lewis, another true freshman. Do you believe he can be a guy for this defense? Sidney Walton. Nobody thought Ty Redmond could. And look how fast Ty Redmond came along. So I don't know, man. I get it. I understand it doesn't matter. This game means nothing. It's the Music City Bowl. We're going to see a lot of young talent today. And we've seen a lot of young talent all year. I'm excited to see what they look like today. Deshaun Bishop, another guy my eyes are on. That kid needs 17 yards to become a 1,000-yard rusher. He's just one of those guys, man. You just love the story, right? I mean, an in-state kid. He could have gone to Coastal Carolina. He could have gone to App State. And I get it. Those schools are not the University of Tennessee. But to choose to walk on over a full ride, you love it for that kid, man. You love it.
Yeah. Awesome kid. He's become a fan favorite. I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I wake up early in the morning out here on the West Coast, getting ready to go to work and run people through the ringer, if you will. And sometimes I have like evil thoughts, Boogie. And my evil thought this morning was, wouldn't it be really, really mean to like create a graphic that Deshaun Bishop was transferring to Vanderbilt this morning and post it? Oh, and I was like, that's mean, Coach. Why'd you have that thought? Get out of my head, Satan. And then, I probably shouldn't even told you guys that. But yeah,
what
sometimes
just happened?
I wake up with these evil thoughts in my head. I don't know. Pray for me.
We need to. Let me hit a couple of super chats real quick. SP Army for 10 says, let's get a dub. Portal needs 8 mini quarterbacks, and D are so huge. Let chaos reign. Win now is the way. 2025. Gregory C for 10. Dorothy, nice job, guys and fam. GBO, shout out, Gregory. We appreciate you. Peyton K drops a 20 spot. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Peyton says, thanks, guys, for the entertainment. Dorothy, GBO, shout out, Peyton. We appreciate the donation. We appreciate the super chat. We appreciate the Dorothy. We appreciate the support because we don't survive without you guys, without the donations, without the memberships, without the super chats, without those over at Patreon, man. We're going to have our last game day chat for football of the year. You want to be a part of that? I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. You can click that link. You can join at the game day chat tier. We're going to be talking live throughout the course of the game. You want to be a part of that? You can come do that. We're also going to keep chat rooms open for basketball, for baseball. You guys want to use those, you can use those. There's a $1 tier if you want to just show support that way, or there's a tier for the EA Sports College Football Patreon Dynasty. You guys can come go head-to-head with me, Coach, Ball Scoops, the X Factor, Dauber, Foulming. They're all in there. You want to be a part of it, come check it out. We would appreciate that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Already is a lot of fun. JG for 5, time to take off these overalls, pour a drink, and do it one more time. Go Vols. Thanks, Boogie. And Coach, thank you, JG. What do you more? Don't lie. Don't lie. I want a dead, serious, honest answer. I think I'm going to get an honest answer from you.
Okay. I got
and
you.
my answer may be different. My answer may be different, even though, okay, I'm just going to ask it. What are you more excited about for the University of Tennessee? The transfer portal opportunities coming up in the next 2 weeks, or the Music City Bowl coming up in 32 minutes?
I'm going to be honest. It's a transfer portal.
I'm shocked.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
it is. It is. And I love football, and I want to see this game. And in a weird way, like I just kind of said, I'm looking for help. I'm looking for a transfer portal hit, if you will, that's already on campus that can step up in this game and show they got it in them to play a big game. So I'm hoping that someone can bring that energy in, but at the same time, I think everyone agrees that if we do spend the money I think they're going to spend, then it could be a pretty exciting portal.
I really think they are going to spend. I think they're going to spend. And I think I get it. I understand Foul Ming Sunday night saying I got to see it to believe it, because we've not seen that. But just also at the same time, when we say we're going to spend, if you see the kid from Wake Forest, the defensive lineman, and you don't recognize his name, that doesn't mean we're not spending. It just means you're not familiar with that player. I didn't know his name, but after digging and doing research, you go get that defensive lineman from Wake Forest. That's spend. He's going to cost some money. The defensive back from Kansas State, he's going to cost some money. I think so many people are going to gauge this by the quarterback position. If we don't go get Brendan Sorsby, which the more I'm looking at it, and I know I've been with AP on this and kind of putting some of his comments out there about how, the people in Knoxville didn't think it was a lock to Texas Tech. Just because he's been dating this chick for 3 months doesn't mean that she's the reason why, but there might be 5 million reasons why that he ends up at Texas Tech, right? And I think I'm going to do a lot of digging and a lot of homework, and it certainly sounds like they may be circling back to Sam Leavitt. I don't know that I like that decision, but we'll see where it goes. But I think a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to judge this and they're going to say, well, we didn't spend $5 million on Brendan Sorsby, so we didn't spend big. And that's not really the case.
It's not really correct. I agree. Like, well, what if you go out and get Hoover and then get the kid from Wake Forest and then get maybe like Williams or Camarion Thomas or someone like that at D-line, and then you pick up a corner, and then maybe the linebacker from Baylor,
the running back from NC State,
the running back,
realistic.
Hollywood from NC State. If you fill this team out really, really well, I think that money can shine through. And as long as you don't, let the balloon air out and let it fly all over the room, make a weird little sound, I think you'll be all right at the quarterback position. I get it. I get why some people don't like Leavitt. To be just 100% with all y'all, I'm kind of undecided on him, and it's because he played injured a lot of this year, I know, and right. I know there were a lot of other extenuating circumstances on that football team, like an offensive line being depleted, and there's just enough evidence with Leavitt of change along that whole offense. Am I willing to give him a full mulligan? I don't know. I'd have to really, really dive into the whole tape. I just don't know. So I'd be interested to hear everyone's opinion on why they're either for or against Mr. Leavitt.
I've said a million times, I'm all in on Sorsby. You can't get him. I think I like the Hoover kid. I like the Hoover kid maybe more than Leavitt, and maybe I don't know. I think his experience, he can hit the deep ball. He doesn't have the mobility, but then again, you go back to Leavitt, and does he have mobility? Does he have mobility coming off the injury? Is he 100%? I just feel like Sorsby, I don't want to say it would be a guarantee that he would be successful, but I think it's it's as close as you can get when you look at the quarterbacks in the portal. I saw somebody mention Minchie in the chat. I don't think there's any conversation or talk going on there. Angry Titan gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. Shout out, Titan. We appreciate that. If you already are a member and want to support, you can also gift a Talkin VAWLS membership. So shout out Angry Titan. Corey Smith, he didn't join the channel. He upgraded that membership. That's another way you can support. If you're giving out $1 and want to upgrade it to $5, guess what? That's like being 5 members. So that goes a long way in the offseason as well. So shout out Corey. We appreciate you. Timothy McGee for 5 says, can we just get a competent quarterback like Joey and spend money on the weapons around the quarterback? The question is, did people think that Joey was a competent quarterback, right? Like, I don't think anybody had it on their bingo card that we were going to be sitting here at the end of the year going, hey, man, if he has a big day, he can go set the record for the all-time single passing leader at Tennessee. Nobody thought that in Joey, but seeing that in Joey, look, Hendon, say what you want about Hendon. Virginia Tech was not sad to see him go. What Josh Heupel did with Hendon Hooker was special. What Josh Heupel did with Joe Milton was special. And then, coulda, shoulda, woulda with Nico. We're never going to know. But then he brings in Joey and has success. And yes, 8-4 is not where we want to be. You were in games. You were competitive in games. And I'm not trying to give us a freaking participation trophy because 8-4 sucks and nobody's happy going to the Music City Bowl. But also nobody expected Joey to come in and do what he did. So I think you give me Josh Hoover, you give me Sam Levitt, you give me whoever. I think Josh Heupel is going to watch enough tape, watch enough film, and know what he's looking at and get the right guy to come in here because there is weapons all over the offensive side of the ball. Seth for 5 says last boom room entry fee of the season. I hope not, Seth, because we're going to be live tomorrow night. I guess it is. The season's over after the game. So be here tomorrow night, though. EA Sports College Football Night. We're going to try to take it to midnight. Tavante Coleman's been a member for 5 months. We appreciate you, my friend. Noah James has been a member for 37 months. Shout out, Noah. We appreciate that. Corey O for 2 says, hate having to watch this from work. GBO. Sounds like a lot of you guys are at work, and that sucks. D Spence for 20. That's an Orange Boy. We'll do it.
Rocky Top!
He says, I'm excited for defensive changes coming next year and portal support to go along with the great recruiting class. I think we're all in agreement with that. Jesse Peters with an Orange Boy.
Rocky Top!
Jesse says, love what y'all do, Boogie and Coach Jay, GBO. Shout out, Jesse. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Man, I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about the portal. I may be more energetic, fired up, and excited about the offseason than I've been in a long time because I got a lot of fun ideas and, getting back to some of those relationships and opportunities and connections that me and Coach have made. I'm geared up, boys. I am geared up. I hope you guys are going to stick around for the offseason. Papa T is here for 20.
Rocky Top!
Papa T says, Boogie! Tennessee is about to drop the bag on offense and defense. Wisely, quarterback choice will set the tone for the 26th season. Appreciate you and Coach. Happy New Year, family. Happy New Year to you, Papa T. It is always a pleasure to see you in the chat, my friend. Cody for 10 says, y'all think G-Mac gets good run tonight? I don't think so. I don't think he even steps foot on the field unless it is a blowout, and I don't see this game being a blowout. You just disagree with me?
I think I don't want this to be true, but I agree with you. I do think that it's going to need to be a blowout for him to get run.
Do you have any risk? I've not had any concern. I've not had any worry with George McIntyre, and I still really don't. But the Monday night chat last night over at VolQuest, somebody said, is George a flight risk, even if you only get a 1-year guy? And AP said, small worry. He's been doing this thing of no worry, small worry, big worry. And he's like, small worry. There's small worry, but not big worry. You got any worry there with George? I mean, look, with Nico, dude, we're talking 24 hours before. We're doing a live stream saying this is not happening, and then it happened. Nobody is safe in college football right now. But do you have a worry about George McIntyre?
My gut kind of tells me no. It very small if so, but agents are funny, man, right? Like, people are funny. It's a really weird world, and we've all gotten doses of that. Every team has gotten doses of that. Everyone lives in this new reality. So, yeah, there's a small risk, but my gut seems to tell me that he'll be sticking around regardless of who we bring.
All right, we are caught up on Super Chats, and we appreciate those. Last tailgate show of the year, the last ride. If you've enjoyed the content, the videos, the live streams, and you want to show some love, drop those Super Chats, smash that like button, share out the link. And now, speaking of links, I'm going to go drop the link for you guys if you want to jump on the show, it is the last tailgate show of the year. It is the last ride, and we want to spend that with you guys. So I'm going to go out here, and I'm going to put it out for Talkin VAWLS Gold and higher. So if you're at the $5 tier or higher, the link is now out there for you guys, and you can jump on here. Anybody else on offense? I know we mentioned Rad Jackson. I know we mentioned Dwan Morris. I wonder how much run Kitzelman gets. I know Kitzelman's trying to play. I know he's also a captain in this game. I haven't seen much about exactly how healthy he is. Jack Van Dorsey, Jason Brain, seeing those guys get run, no real surprise if they do. Anybody else you're looking at on offense? I know I just rattled off wide receivers, tight ends. Not a whole lot left there for you to take a stab at. By the way, you are muted, and we do sell a shirt that says that coach is muted. If you would like to buy one of those shirts that says you're muted, you can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We've got a You're Muted shirt. We got new tumblers. We got a 15-ounce coffee mug, tea and theme merchandise, rivalry merchandise, Talkin VAWLS logo merchandise, Nike merchandise, rivalry shirts, quarter zips, golf polos, whatever you want. We got it at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Coach, any other young guys on offense you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm watching that guard position that Wendell isn't playing in, and not so much who's going to start there, but who's going to give that guy a blow, right? Are we going to see Ant come in there? Maybe a young Nick Moore, something like that. Carson Gentle, do we see one of these other young guards come in there, and how do they look? Of course, so. Yeah, I would say I'm certainly interested in that other guard position and how we give that guy a blow. And then do we see how much Bennett Warren, if any, do we see today as well? So along that offensive line, not so much our starters for next season, but how do those secondary guys look when we're giving those starters a blow? That I'm very interested to see on the offensive side of the football, certainly.
You know what I hate about this conversation is every time you bring up these young guys that have potential, but we're also kind of waiting to see them take over maybe a starting role outside of Big Ant. But you mentioned Bennett Warren. My mind immediately goes to the portal. What happens if Lance Hurd comes back and David Sanders comes back and Jesse Perry comes back? Does Bennett Warren end up in the transfer portal? You mentioned Nick Moore, a dude that's a true freshman. That I'm excited about Nick Moore, but you look at Sam. Sam's a redshirt sophomore. So who's sandwiched in between those two guys? William Satterwhite. Is William Satterwhite a guy that he's kind of like another one of those names that I keep looking at? It's like I would not be surprised at all to see his name pop up in the transfer portal.
No, not at all. You would hope that you could keep him because he gives you a little bit of depth at that center position, right? At least an option. Like we didn't really have a warm body, when Mays went out, right? Like it was tough. We were pulling someone that was pulling snaps all the way down the line, and someone who does that can't dedicate their time to mastering that craft, right? So it's nice to have someone that can do that, but I think you'll see one or two more guys get pushed out along the offensive line to answer that question, Boog.
Let me hit this super chat real quick. Then we got Joe in the back room. We'll get him on here. Wayniac is in the house. What is up, my friend? He drops a 20 spot at Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Shout out, Wayne. I appreciate you, my friend. He says, stuffing my face with some pre-game pizza, GBO. Dude, I've had a pork butt on the smoker since 8:30 this morning. Transitioned it to the oven. The whole house just smells like perfection. And now we're on a tailgate show, and then we're gonna watch the game. When am I gonna eat this pork butt that everybody else is gonna devour but me as I sit here and work? We're probably gonna wrap the show about 5 minutes early so I can go get a plate.
There you
Scott
go.
Bennett for 5 says, Dorothy, so sad to see the season end. Go big freaking orange. We appreciate you, Scott. Thank you for the super chat. Let's get Joe on here, see how he's feeling. He's rocking that Joey Aguilar jersey. Hey, is Joey going to break the record today? You think he's going to – what was the number I threw out there? 375 yards to break Peyton's record.
I was going to say I thought it was 374, but yeah, I think he's got a chance.
What's funny is you say that, and it doesn't I think he does too. Like I would, if this game ends and Joey Aguilar threw for 400 yards and he was the new single season leader, I would not be surprised at all.
I mean, here's the crazy thing. Like you said earlier, I think Heupel's going to be a little free today. Coach said he thinks this is going to be a, go to the end. It's going to be a back and forth kind of thing. That right there leads to the fact that hopefully Joey is having success through the air, and that in itself could help him get to that number.
Anybody else? Who else you excited about watching today? I'm excited that we get to watch Joey. I think it's the last ride. I think this is his last college football game. I don't think he's coming back next year. I think it's fun that he's going to go out and he's going to compete today. Any young guys you're excited about? Anybody that kind of fits that mold? A guy like Miles Kitselman. Who are you excited about today?
Yeah, I mean, just some of the young guys. I mean, the guys that are filling in and at the receiver position. If we have a game like we've talked about it being with Joey having an opportunity, that means that those guys are stepping up and are gaming out. So, the receivers, the DBs are just going to have to play, because I'm with you. I think they're going to attack us in the air because that they know that's a weak spot right now.
They might, yeah. I don't know. Like, me, Boogie. They're talking Trojans over here, right? I know USC walked into that game this year thinking they were going to throw all over them because they're weak in the secondary, and they ran all over them. But I think running against Tennessee is a lot different prospect, obviously. What does the tackling look like today?
If we tackle like we tackled, who did we play before Vanderbilt? I felt like we tackled really well in that game. That's just, unfortunately, I see it all around in college football. Man, these dudes just don't wrap up. There's so much focus on trying to punch the ball out and this, that, and the other. I mean, that should be the first guy. The point of attack needs to wrap up, and if a second guy comes in, maybe he can take a chance at punching the ball out. But these guys are just not fundamental tackling, is the way my coach used to say it, and they just don't do it.
Can you improve tackling from the Vanderbilt game to now? Like, even, you fire Tim Banks, even if William Inge walks in and says, boys, buckle up because we're tackling in practice. I don't care what we did before, we're doing it now. Can you improve it that quick, Coach?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, these guys. Go ahead, Coach.
Go ahead, Joe. No, I was just going to say, yeah, if it was me, heck yeah, we would have improved it. We would have had no other choice. It would have been improve it or the transfer portals that way. Like, I've got no soft spot in my bones for not tackling correctly. We would have done it early and often in practice. We would have gone slow, medium, fast through all of our tackling paces. We would have practiced perfect form the whole time, and God forbid you didn't bring your arms with me and tackle correctly in the game, because
these guys haven't gotten to the level. These guys haven't gotten to the level of ball that they're at, not knowing how to tackle. So they know it. It's just the fact of getting out there, working on the fundamentals, going back to the basics and doing it in the game, and not trying to be a hot shot and creating a fumble. And, again, point of attack has got to wrap up. Let somebody else, the cleanup crew, come in and try to punch that ball out.
This is interesting. Go ahead, Coach.
I was just going to say, like, I saw a highlight the other day. I can't remember what game it was from. Someone showed this huge hit, and everyone was commenting what a great hit it was on Twitter. I wish I could recall what it was from. It was a terrible hit. I mean, it was just a shoulder launch, like high, and people treat some of those hits like they're these great things. They're horrible things. I always challenge my young players. Hey, look, we can put together a film of 10 of the biggest hits you got, and I'll put together 10 of the biggest hits I got. And we'll see. We'll have the team vote on which hits were the bigger hits. And I bet I win every time when anyone's taking me up on it, because those form up hits that are done right, like think about the Clowney hit, right? There's just hits. There's hits you can go back to that are formed up right. That there's no comparing to a launch.
that you got to realize that the coaches on the offensive side, I mean, there's a reason why they have a stat yards after contact, because they're teaching those guys to get those yards after contact. So if you're not wrapping up to prevent those yards after contact, I mean, that they're trained to get those yards. So,
Yeah, agreed.
I'm sorry, I'm going to get excited when Jaden Pilati drops his shoulder and lowers the boom on somebody. Sorry, coach. Sorry, coach.
Yeah,
it's like watching a heavyweight fight, and they throw the big overhand right, horrible technique, garbage, but it lands, and we get excited. That's what we do. Matthew Watson for 2 says, if we lose today, do we fire coach? Not a chance. Not a chance that is happening. I think it was MG Way pointed out in the chat. I was unaware of this, that Braylon Staley also has an opportunity to break a record today, and that is the single season receptions record. I didn't realize he was this close. 64 receptions on the year. Robert Meacham is the all-time single season record holder with 71. So seven catches for Bray, and he could tie that record. That's an interesting one that I didn't see. Man, what another great story. I love Braylon, man. I love Braylon, and I love the relationship that he has with Mike. I love that those two. You talk about chemistry and rapport and culture in a room. Coach Pope's got that with this wide receiver room, and Bray and Mike are going to be the leaders of that dang thing heading into 2026.
We're going to be back to wide receiver U before it's over with.
We are.
I have a question for both of you guys, or at least I'd like your opinion. This team, the previous 2 seasons, had a catching problem, a lot of drop balls. I feel like that narrative's gone, right? Like everyone would agree with that this year. We've had some drops, right? Like we've had a couple balls pop out, but it hasn't been anything like the 2 years prior to it.
The timing has been bad on some of them. That makes it stand out more than probably what it actually is.
Correct, but we also last year had a lot of secondary wide receivers enter the portal, and this is where my question lies. And a lot of them had not the best things to say about Coach Pope on his way out. If you recall, there was a lot of chatter about that. Yeah, Caleb Webb, even Nimrod. A lot of them did. What do you think about that? Because this wide receiver group seems so bonded together. Do you think that was those guys were the problem, or do you think there was something there and we rose above it?
You ever have a boss on that? You ever have a boss in corporate America that you loved and you worked your tail off for, but they demanded perfection and they demanded? It's the one that I bring up all the time, Coach, when we're talking about different things in life, and I'm like, don't come to me with a problem unless you got a solution. And that's the guy that I got that from. I love working for him, but he had high expectations. And guess what? Every slacker around us on our team that didn't work hard hated his guts. So when you're on the way out the door, it could be that Kelsey Pope made you work too hard, or it could be that you felt like you should be the starter and Kelsey Pope did. There could be so many reasons to why you got your feelings all up in arms on the way out the door. So everything I've heard about Coach Pope, and y'all know where my biggest relationship is in that room, let's just say the Staley family loves them some Kelsey Pope.
Spot on, Boogie. Spot on. I mean, I think that if you got guys, it's 2% of the receivers over the last several years, squeaky wheel kind of thing. And if the rest of them are engaged, then it was a personality issue.
Yeah. Agreed.
Got a $10 super chat from Jackie Pickle. We appreciate you, Jackie. It's good to see you in the chat, my friend. He says GBO. Shout out, Jackie. Good to see you in the chat. How do you think this game's going to go, Joe? And just for the record, we're going to wrap this thing up here in just a couple of minutes. I'm just being a greedy, selfish jerk because I got to go get a pork sandwich. I'm sorry, man. I worked all day on that thing. I got to enjoy it. You want me to pack you one up and send it that way, Coach?
You were going to want to send that to Miss J. I'm glad she's not listening to the show right now, because as soon as she hears pulled pork, it's over, man.
Oh,
she's like the Terminator, man. It's scary.
It's so good. It's so good. Joe, we're going to get out the door here in just a couple minutes, but tell us, how do you think this game plays out today?
I say 42 to 28 Tennessee.
I like it, man. I like it. What did I say? I think I said 27-24.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why. There's nothing to base it on. It's hard. You got all the opt-outs, both sides. Their top edge rushers out, their top offensive tackle opted out. You really I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know why I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a nail biter, but I think Tennessee comes out on top. Coach, any final thoughts? And then we're going to tie a big fat bow on it and call it a day.
Hey, enjoy the game, everybody. Get ready for this off season. I know this team came up short in a lot of people's eyes, but there are a lot of players on this team that gave their all for the Power T, whether it be Big Don Bailey or Joey Aguilar coming in. So no matter what happens today, be proud of your guys that gave everything they had for that Power T. And then if we don't see each other, happy dang New Year to Vol Nation. No matter what, it's always great to be a Tennessee Vol. Would rather be a Vol on my our worst day than something like a Bama fan on their best day. So with that said, enjoy the game, love each other, love life, and appreciate the time we got with each other.
That's right, man. One last ride for this 2025 team. We're going to be live immediately following the game. Be right back here for the post-game show. We're going to be live tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to see if we can ride that thing all the way to New Year's at midnight. So shout out Joe for jumping on with us. Shout out Coach. It's always a good time talking ball. My name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
That we call